everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're finishing the Age of Ultron by going over Quicksilver, Scarlet, Witch, Vision, and Ultron from Marvel Legends. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. Sadly, we start this review off with one of my least favorite head sculpts on the line. This Aaron Taylor Johnson head sculpt for Quicksilver is downright awful. The hair is horribly done. Look at this trash. It's just the worst ever, I think, personally. The eyes are pretty good. The beard is just messed up. Did they forget how to do hair? I think they forgot how to do hair. The eyebrows look really caked on and weird anyways. The articulation is standard and really nice, but whoever sculpted this was just awful at their job that day. The body looks much better. There's a great texture on this piece, and I love how it looks. It reminds me of something out of Aquaman in a way. I'm not sure why. Kind of watery rather than a guy who runs, or a tracksuit at least. It does look nice, however, there is an issue with this arm that does come off sometimes, which is kind of a shame. You can see it shearing off. That's a bummer. It goes up this far and down and all the way around. You get a swivel over here and a double joint elbow pinless tech over here, looking really nice, and down. A swivel and then a hinge going up and down. It's nice, but the engineering is just kind of off, at least those arms. You get a swivel for the waist as well as a ball rocker for this, back, forth, side to side. Working out really nice for Quicksilver, except for this arm. This poor arm. The pants are done in black with a little bit of texturing, at least. It's fine, I guess. Not too good. It's nice over here, though. Pretty cool. Kind of like a tire track going along his legs. It's pretty interesting. We also get his gray shoes that are just fine, I guess, with these bottoms that are all done in a lime green. This is so weird and surreal. Did he have this in the movie? I have no clue. And the articulation's even more surreal as well. You get drop down hips for this guy. I'm not sure why. It can go up this far. When you drop the hip down, you get a little bit higher, and then back, not so much at least. Going up this far is pretty good with that pinless tech knee. And you get a swivel up here, no swivel down here, and down and up, and a pivot with two goes up on the feet. Definitely a lackluster figure, but let's check out those accessories. He comes with these hands doing the finger guns. I'm not sure why. You get a swivel and then a hinge out of them, working out pretty well. They're nice, but I rather would have had karate chop hands for running. He also comes with an Ultron drone head with a spinal cord. This is super awesome. Looks really great. Definitely the reason I got this, honestly. It looks so wonderful and beautiful. I really wish we could use this for some kind of actual Ultron drone. I would love a figure like that to army build. He also comes with an Ultron drone chest piece. This is pretty neat. It's kind of small though and looks interesting. A lot of little bits and bobs coming out of it. A lot of damage marks and some really nice shading. Bring this piece out. It's wonderful and looks beautiful. Please give us an Ultron drone, Hasbro. And the final proverbial nail in the coffin is this kind of thing. This arm over here. Yeah, I don't think we'll be getting an Ultron drone soon. They're all messed up, I guess. But it looks beautiful with all the different little knacks and nicks on it. It's so wonderfully done with this wiring coming out too. That's really nice. And the broken hand. This is just super cool. Hasbro, once again, please. Ultron drones, please. Scarlet Witch looks awesome in this look. One of my favorite looks for Scarlet Witch to date. Really amazing. I love the hair. It looks super nice with the shading as well. It looks wonderful, except this. I don't know what this is up here. A mold defect or something, but whatever. You can't really see it from the front, and the face printing tech looks amazing on this. Articulation is fair because of the hair, but you won't only be moving her from side to side at least that much, or up and down. She must be facing the way she propels her magic. This little pendant here is really nice, and she looks really great on this head sculpt. A very Victorian body sculpt here. Really nice with that kind of corset thing. Just gotta center it. It looks really wonderful. I love all the little details on it. The jacket is really nice too. I love it how she has these synchronous gloves that are really nice. The ring over here too. The jacket is super nicely done with some great texturing on there, and it's really great. I just love this piece. She does have single jointed elbows though, and it's kind of a shame. I wish she had something a little bit better than that, but she does have alternating different types of hands with different types of articulation for them, so that's pretty cool. She also has a twist at the top, working out really nice, but no waist swivel, sadly, and even though this does break up the sculpt over here, it still looks nice otherwise. And the legs are all done in black, but they do have some nice texturing on them as well as wrinkles for the pants. You go out this far and in. This kind of hinders it a little bit. It's fine, I guess, going out this far and back. You also can go up this far, twisting the leg around to a weird degree, but it goes pretty well up. You get a swivel up here, no swivel down here. Kind of a swivel for this, and then down and up, and then two pegals at the bottom of the feet with some great treads on these, actually. A very nice figure. One of my favorite Scarlet Scarlet Witches to date. And she does come with the ubiquitous magic effects we've seen a million times before in different figures. They're rubbery, they're awesome, they work really well for Scarlet Witch and other magic users. Here are Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver standing next to the Scarlet Witch from WandaVision and the Scarlet Witch from Multiverse of Madness. I definitely think that this Scarlet Witch from Age of Ultron is the best though. I do find it interesting that the magic gets more pink the eviler Scarlet Witch gets. And sadly we don't have any other Quicksilvers to compare, but Scarlet Witch stands at about, I would say, 5.5 to 5 3/4 inches tall, and Quicksilver stands at about 6 inches tall or so. But how will brother and sister stand up to robot and android right after this? Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Vision is probably one of my favorite sculpted Marvel Legends to date. I love this head sculpt, it's so awesome, really well done. I love how there's pink and metal to represent the human and robot within. His eyes are awesome too, very humanoid. The Mind Stone is placed on his head really nicely, and I love all the little cracks and crevices in his body to look very robotic and awesome. You get a swivel over here as well as up and down, working out really well. The tiny bit of pivot on this beautifully looking android. The body is really well done. This texturing is second to none. It's phenomenal, really beautiful, almost like fish scales. It's so wonderful, some of the best. The cape is nice too. This kind of rides up a little bit, should be glued down or something, and the gossamer lookingness of this cape is second to none. It's wonderful. You got some red on this side, looks beautiful and very computer organic in a way, and the other side is mostly gold in a way, letting these colors shine through. The arms are done really well over here too, a little bit of red on the body as well. The gold is really nice, and these hands are really well done too. Get some up and down, very clicky all the way around. Pretty much the cape kind of hinders it a little bit. You do get a swivel at the arm up there, and then up over here for the arm, looking really nice on that, and a swivel and then up and down for these splayed out hands, as well as a twist for the waist that kind of springs back. It's kind of weird for mine. A crunch back all the way, looking really nice for this Vision figure. The legs are awesome too. They lack a lot of panache, and so you get to the boots. These are some of the best boots I've ever seen. They're wonderful, really beautiful, and that gold really shines through. A little bit of red up here too. You get the splits all the way, looking really nice, and in and up this far and back really far. All the way back is pretty good actually. You can swivel over here, no swivel down here. Sadly they could have put it in though, I guess. And down and then up, and with a pivot and then two pagels at the bottom of the feet. One of my favorite Legends MCU figures to date. Vision is a winner. Vision also comes with a pair of fists. They're kind of small, but they're good for punching into swivel and then up and down joint for that on these two cool fists. Here is Vision next to some other Avengers, Hawkeye and Black Widow, and I did give Hawkeye the Kit Bash treatment with a new head. I gotta say it's a nice head for him, but looks a little bit big I think, although it is growing on me. And Vision looks really in scale with them as well, standing at about, I would say, 6 inches tall. The Build-A-Figure version of Ultron is really cool. These eyes are super piercing. He looks more annoyed than anything, any kind of evil at least. I do like how his head looks though. It's very kind of marbled in the back and really nicely done from the front. A super neat head for this really cool Ultron figure. I love all the different lines on his face, kind of like how Vision had. It's pretty interesting, as well as these ports on the sides of his cheeks, very sunken in like a skull, and these pieces kind of reminiscent of his comic form. He does have a nice swivel over here, as well as an up and down, with some nice pivot for an evil Ultron. The body is pretty well done. It's a really bright silver, and I love this. It's almost like platinum. It's really nice. The back isn't really much to snuff at, but I do love the shiny sheen of this silver. The red on there is pretty nicely applied, not really that much. It's neat too. The shoulders are really nicely sculpted, as are the arms, and the hands are webbed, weirdly enough. Kind of strange on that, but the articulation is fair at least. Not too great, I would think. It doesn't really have all the hallmarks of the current Marvel Legends, and it's very gummy for some reason. Kind of weird, even today. Back this far and forward this far, what a weird crunch that has, and the swivel kind of breaks up the sculpt weirdly. It's nicely sculpted, but not really for an action figure. The hips are done in gray for some reason, and the legs look really nice in silver, but I don't know why these joints are gray, as are the feet. It's kind of strange. The toes are interesting too. MCU. Almost cloven hooved, if you will. Out, not really that far. In, pretty okay. Up, nope. Back, it's alright. Better than other figures. Far back is pretty alright, just okay. I do like this kind of piece. It's pretty interesting over here. You get it down and then up, not really that far. And kind of a pivot with 2 peg holes on the feet of these weird feet. Definitely an interestingly sculpted figure of one of my favorite Marvel villains. Just, I don't think my favorite MCU one, but he's still pretty cool. This updated fan channel exclusive Ultron looks really interesting. I kind of like the red. I wish it was more glowy, but the eyes are really where it's at. I love how they're kind of like menaced or grimacing or gives them some emotion. It's really great. I love how it looks. From the back, yeah, it's the same kind of thing, and the metal color is different. A more blue than a just white, but it does look nice. Articulation, same as before. A little bit worse, I think, but this adds up to be a pretty nice head sculpt, better than the previous. The body's decked out with some more paint, but not really that much, I would say. More in the core and on the sides. Articulation's same, by the way, for this one. The ratchet joints on this are much better, though, and the joints work cleaner and have a little more give. So yeah, a much better sculpting or whatever engineering they're using for this Ultron. I welcome it. It's very nice. And the legs just really scream shine. I love this so much. The paint is really applied well. While the articulation isn't really much to snuff at, you would think, you know, it's a little bit better than the previous. Once again, way sturdier, way better looking, and I think more fitting for a robot like Ultron. Here are the Ultrons next to the previous Avengers villain Loki from Avengers 1. This is a very outdated figure, and I hope they do a redo sometime soon. But Ultron, both of them at least, stands at about 7.5, 7.75 inches tall for both of them. Yeah, I think Ultron's a way better villain than Loki, honestly, at some points. Overall, goodbye month of Ultron. Quicksilver is without a doubt one of my least favorite MCU figures. The face sculpt is awful, the hair is terrible, the tracksuit's kind of strange, it's a very bland and weird figure, and what are those? Those shoes are just terrible. Really bad figure that didn't really live up to the potential. The only good thing about this are the Ultron pieces, but that just makes me want an Ultron drone even more. The Age of Ultron Scarlet Witch is an awesome figure. They really captured the character and likeness from the film. I love how this figure moves, looks, as well as the accessories. She's a really awesome figure. Vision is an awesome figure in the line. The sculpt and paint are out of this world. I love it so much. The articulation could use a bump up here and there, but I gotta say, this is one of my favorite figures in the entire MCU Marvel Legends line. Ultron is a really nice looking figure, as well as a great concept, but he does have a lot of drawbacks. The articulation and sculpt could use the touch up in a few places here and there, but other than that, I really love the colors of both of these Ultrons. In fact, the only reason I have both of them is that the Build-A-Figure can be the Vibranium Ultron from the end of the film, and the regular release Ultron can be the one from the middle of the film. And with that lack of articulation, he can just stand there and command his horde of Ultron drones that I don't have. Where are they, Hasbro? If you're a fan of Marvel, the MCU, or the Age of Ultron, I highly recommend getting Vision and Scarlet Witch. They're really cool. Ultron, I understand if you're not a huge fan, but he's a pretty cool figure at a decent price, and just skip Quicksilver. But make no mistake, this month of Ultron lasted longer than the Age of Ultron in the film. So which Age of Ultron figure is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.